He lunged forward, teeth bared, while others stood frozen in fear. He shouted about a robbery as chaos took over the shop. He lunged forward, blood splattering from his fierce strike. He appeared taken aback when offered a chocolate bar. She proposed to her sister Yi Rui that they should agree with him. He noted they hadn't had a decent meal recently and suggested joining forces with someone dependable who had plenty of resources. He yelled, "Enough," as the group, visibly distressed, clung to one another for support, with him standing resolute. She stated that besides supplies, each individual wanted 1,000 bullet coupons daily. He countered with an offer of 2,000 but insisted on complete obedience in return. He mentioned that he could only supply items with each salt pack, emphasizing the necessity to earn the rest through their efforts. She proposed a deal, highlighting that consuming salt ensures survival for mercenaries. She hoped for a successful partnership as they shook hands. She expressed excitement about never worrying over salt again. He confidently noted defeating a lunatic with one punch. He pointed confidently, asserting the other sought death. She informs Liu Xiaomo that their relationship is strictly professional, with him as the leader in battles. She warns him against any exploitation, emphasizing the importance of protecting her teammate. He cautions her about her threatening tone, increasing the tension between them. He advises her to focus on preventing misconduct, rather than scrutinizing his actions. He reprimands her for being distracted, asserting that his teammates are above such behavior. Amidst the commotion, she calls out to him as others admire his appearance, competing for his attention. She claims it doesn't matter if he has a girlfriend, implying he enjoys other girls' company. She then inquires about his type, advising caution regarding age misunderstandings. He seems troubled, his hair accentuating the intense moment. He criticizes her for staring while acknowledging their unusual setting. He reassures Sister Wei Ru, urging her to embrace the chaos, enjoy life, and accept the uncertainties they encounter. Lying drenched in rain, he questioned aloud, "What?" Liu Xiaomo was urged not to disappoint her, as she sighed, contemplating the right decision. The following day, figures moved through a desolate camp, with tents standing quietly under a somber sky. She informed Lil Mo that all supplies, except for instant noodles, cigarettes, and ham sausage, had been counted. Extending her hand, she revealed sparkling gems, capturing his attention. He pointed out the energy crystals, discussing their potential uses and studying their shimmering qualities. Recalling Nanx's words, she stated that a normal person couldn't harness energy from the crystals. She inquired if using the crystals would help her awaken, expressing her desire to assist Lil Mo more effectively. He warned her that the crystals might harm her due to their impure energy and suggested waiting before proceeding. Acknowledging the situation, she replied, "Oh, okay, I see." He reassured Wang Ting not to be too upset, gently patting her head. He warned urgently that death awaited if she did not roll over. He offered to help with her transformation into an awakened one, mentioning the crystals should work, and asked what the problem was. She affirmed her trust in him, saying she did. He requested guidance on their next move as she approached, ready to act. He asked what the next action should be while she stood ready by his side. He smiled and announced it was time for his first command. He smirked and said it was time to eat. He ordered silence, causing shock and confusion among three others. They celebrated with gratitude and excitement about the food. She commented on the delicious aroma, expressing a strong craving for the long-desired food. She teased him about daydreaming, while another remarked it smelled like gruel and questioned the lack of rice. He questioned urgently if he was the awakener, while another dismissed the threat, boasting about their numbers. She announced that the staple was nearly ready and she was eager to begin. She stated that they could finally eat, as steam rose from the pot. She lifted the lid, revealing the steam from within. Curious, they looked inside and asked what was there. He exclaimed in disbelief, realizing it was just plain steamed rice. He questioned if the master would serve only plain steamed rice, comparing it to treatment in Luei City. She lamented the post-apocalyptic world, nostalgic about Raya's aroma. He shouted in frustration, insisting he couldn't handle it, while she rushed to secure a bowl of rice, determined to eat 10 bowls despite her well-being. She urged the others not to rush, mentioning more dishes were coming, as her friends watched, concerned and hungry, eyeing the overflowing bowl. She questioned the presence of dishes and added, "Pickles?" He warned the boy not to think he was the only awakened one, asserting their strength in both labor and management. She suggested with a sly smile that he needed more. He eagerly awaited the surprise, asking about the pickles. He inquired if there was anything more appealing than pickles as the dishes were served. She accidentally kicked a stray object near the large container. She mentioned that today's meal included boiled cabbage with peppers. He wondered if the master was using peppers instead of salt, noting that 50 grams of pepper equals 500 grams of salt, urging her to calculate. He questioned her choices, suggesting peppers might have replaced salt, while the others watched in silence, intrigued by the dish. She urged him to serve the cabbage quickly, warning it would lose its appeal if left too long. She prepared to pour the vibrant green soup into a bowl. She recalled her mother's talent for making spicy cabbage soup as they sat together, expressing nostalgia. He declared himself a powerful Tier 1 awakened with stone skin, ready for battle. She remembered her mother confronting a dangerous individual to protect her, despite her usual weakness. She exclaimed with joy, causing others to react. She thought about her parents' sacrifices, noting a rare sense of humanity. He reassured her softly, calling her a good girl, as she hugged him tightly. She reminded him with sorrow that he had lost all his family members and needed to move forward. He reflected on their relationship, saying they were a family. He expressed frustration about the constant struggles in the post-apocalyptic world. He watched as chaos erupted on the streets, with explosions shaking the ground and signaling unrest. He identified their first target while a companion used binoculars. He explained the objective was to eliminate threats on the bridge and create a passage. He expressed surprise at another awakened and reminded Wang Ting to accept his fate, asserting his helplessness despite appearances. She warned about many crazed individuals on the bridge, adding that the terrain wasn't ideal for a battle. Another character asked how they planned to cross. She assured him they would fight if he gave the orders, mentioning Lu Xiaomo's victory over a crazed individual as evidence of her skills. He stated that he, along with Feifei and others, would not join the battle, leaving the rest of the team to handle the lunatics. She asked about his sudden decision, confused by his previous actions. His intention was to test their power without his involvement, claiming he had kept his promise and urging them to prove themselves. He encouraged her to fight for their survival in the post-apocalyptic world while another character expressed frustration, suggesting they should handle things better. She confronted Lu Xiaomo, questioning his statement. He told Schwenner to stop overreacting, insisting Lu Xiaomo was correct. He asserted that nothing is without cost. He emphasized that to gain, one must give equally. She acknowledged this but found his attitude rude. He stated they were in the domain of labor and management, as other characters stood nearby. He points out her employment under a boss, emphasizing the importance of focusing on work. She responds by questioning his rude demeanor. She encourages her sisters to stand with her against the lunatics. She eagerly announces it's time for exercise after eating. She warns that this small group of lunatics isn't a threat to the crowd as more gather, and confidently orders the attack formation. She inquires about the well-being of Qin Zan and the others. He flicks a lighter, lighting a cigarette while contemplating in the shadows. He reflects that conflict inevitably brings pain and believes enduring hardship is better than complete destruction. He agrees with Lil Mo's observation, expressing frustration about the post-apocalyptic world where daily deaths occur. He stares vacantly, smoke trailing from his mouth, unimpressed. He advises that children shouldn't curse or smoke, and she responds by telling him not to speak that way again. He demanded she be turned over, offering a merciful death. She claims her superiority, calling him just a child. Chaos ensues as explosions cause destruction. She says Zan, and the others are fine, and he agrees, noting no injuries or deaths yet. He remarks that they are impressive, aren't they? A powerful character releases a fierce roar, shattering the surroundings. She is shocked by his powerful roar, which causes destruction. He questions what a mutant lunatic is, with an intense gaze. He releases a fierce roar, his gaze intense. He lunges forward, thrusting his arm fiercely while roaring. He causes a powerful explosion, sending vehicles flying. Others screamed for help as he continued shouting about a robbery. She requested her surrender, wishing to avoid harm. He shouted a warning for her to be cautious. She insisted on gathering firepower, determined to stop him. He readied himself and launched a powerful attack amid explosive flashes. He charged forward, roaring fiercely as explosions erupted. She mentioned a mutant lunatic had appeared, concerned that Yi Rui and the others couldn't hold him back. She claimed it was just a mutant lunatic and expressed confidence in taking it down with her weapon. She rejected the proposal, aiming her weapon forward. He warned that the dragon rocket launcher's explosion might destroy the bridge. She asked Lil Mo if he planned to interfere, and he replied that he wanted to see the situation develop. He reminded Yi Rui that he was also awakened and encouraged him to show his true powers. He told the lady to remember one crucial instruction from then on. She stated their defense against the mutant lunatic was failing and urged Sister Kui for assistance, noting the team needed a stronger request to succeed. He responded that intervention was unnecessary and expressed his determination to stop the threat. She activated her stone skin ability, releasing a formidable force. He instructed the group to handle the other lunatics while he faced his opponent. He roared, indicating an imminent threat. He prepared for battle, launching a direct attack. As she coughed, she realized he was stronger than anticipated. He looked up, surprised as a beast charged forward, roaring. She shouted, commanding her opponent to leave. He struck with force, releasing a powerful blast amid the chaos. He introduced himself as Lu Xiaomo, claiming he was the only trustworthy character in a world of deceit. He let out a frustrated grunt as a powerful blast erupted. A massive character loomed above, its glowing red eyes piercing through the clouds. A towering character approached as she cowered, overwhelmed by fear. She cursed in frustration, her hair obscuring her face as tears streamed down. She questioned the challenge of defeating him, frustration evident. He stood resolute, unleashing a fierce roar, while she lingered below, small against his looming character. She shouted in surprise, while another character called out in distress. She exclaimed in shock as he plunged toward the abyss. A thunderous explosion erupted as he launched forward explosively. A massive cloud of dust rose as he remarked it was finished, while she questioned if it might be her sister. He threatened the boy, asking if he was seeking his own end. She defiantly confronts the lunatics, prepared for a challenge. She calls out for Sister Zan, while others respond intensely. He notes that Sister Rui seems unharmed, pointing to a cloud of smoke. Amidst the smoke, he rescues her from danger. She questions Lu Xiaomo about his presence after he previously declined to assist. He warns that the bridge might give way if the conflict continues. With relief, he acknowledges Lu Xiaomo's timely arrival, assuring everyone of Yi Rui's safety. She comments that with Xiaomo there, everything should be alright. He releases a powerful roar, demonstrating great resolve and strength. With fierce determination, he advances, launching a strong attack. He declared himself a first-tier awakener, asserting the boy's knife could not pierce his stone skin. He sprang into action, striking with great force and generating a shockwave. Swiftly dodging, he prepared for a powerful counterattack, followed by another shockwave. He grabbed her hand, pulling her from danger as chaos erupted and smoke billowed around them during their escape. He instructed Qin Zan to handle Yi Rui while he dealt with the mutant lunatic. She advised Lu Xiaomo to wait while she adjusted his gear. Recognizing the powerful mutant's threat, she suggested retreat, stressing the danger. Su Fei warned that confronting him directly could be disastrous. The powerful mutant declared his impatience and urgency as he approached. He emphasized the need to cross the bridge today, highlighting urgency. He growled, declaring he would eliminate anyone blocking his path. Launching himself forward, he executed a powerful attack named Deadly Crossblade against his stunned opponent. He delivered a powerful strike, showcasing his formidable strength. He urged immediate action, demanding the elimination of remaining threats. She called for everyone to advance and swiftly eliminate the lunatics. He requested assistance, urging others to clear the area. He advised his allies to use cars to remove the lunatic's corpse and block the chariot's path. He mentioned that after crossing the bridge, hundreds of miles remained to reach the research lab and questioned what else awaits them. She apologized to Lu, admitting failure to secure the bridge, while he stood with a cigarette. She suggested he could end their contract if he wished. He smirked, offering a document with a cigarette in his mouth. He questioned if it was a termination notice, as she held the document. He mentioned the contract lasted 10 years, while she expressed excitement about the benefits, highlighting it as excellent among the top 3 warbands in Lue City. He asked Lu Xiaomo about something important, while she held a paper, looking surprised. He questioned how it was possible as he delivered a strong blow, striking the target down with evident power. He gestures confidently, emphasizing the contract offer. Silhouettes of trees emerge against a tranquil sunset, creating a serene landscape. He screams with a monstrous expression, shadows looming behind him. Gunfire erupts from the muzzle as he fires the weapon. Fiercely pulling the trigger, gunfire lights up the darkening sky. Amidst the chaos, he stands with guns drawn, surveying fallen adversaries. He instructs Schwenner to search the town thoroughly and warns others to secure the perimeter, ensuring no lunatics are present. With enthusiasm, he agrees to Sister Rui's command, ready to comply. Addressing his master, he notes they've traveled thousands of miles from Lue City after crossing the bridge. He questions their current location in the presence of crazed individuals, while another character reads a map, promising answers upon arrival. She expressed surprise at the unexpected victory, while he shouted in disbelief, claiming it was impossible. He asks all team members to meet after dinner for an important announcement. She points assertively at him, stating, "You," as he observes. She assures Rui about the team's safety, highlighting Lil Mo's reliability. He mentions the distance from Lue City, suggesting they must continue despite difficulties. He acknowledges that as they advance, dangers will increase. He studies a map, stating they will soon reach Tiger Village to find the research institute. He reflects on the gathering of lunatics at Tiger Village, remembering the loss of half his elite soldiers. He considers finding a solution and how to proceed. He plans his next move, eyes filled with determination. He calls Sister Rui, notifying her about a situation. He questioned how his invincible big brother could die so easily, while his friends discussed the outsider's madness in breaching their defenses. He urgently asks her to explain what's troubling her. She reveals they discovered over 20,000 lunatics nearby and mentions finding numerous mutant lunatics. They must report to the master promptly. He exclaims in shock about a large group of lunatics and declares he will inform Lu Xiaomo immediately. He challenges the other by demanding to know who truly leads. He accuses the mysterious character of leadership but warns against putting them in danger. She urges Lil Mo to stay calm, assuring him Rui meant no contradiction. She reassures Lil Mo, explaining that Rui wasn't contradicting him, her emotions got the best of her. The other character pleads for understanding regarding Rui's actions. He asserts that this is the final opportunity. He warns of dire consequences, threatening to strip and punish. She demands they explain how to navigate their overwhelming foes. He wondered if the opponent was truly a Tier 2 Awakener while preparing for the next confrontation, gripping the bloodied knife tightly. He confidently declared, "I know what to do," as a shadowy character stood beside him. He handed over a rolled-up drawing, stating his intent to modify their vehicles against their adversaries. He questioned the refitting drawing with curiosity. He examined the blueprint with interest, while she observed closely. He expressed surprise about the vehicle modifications, while she explained they previously only added armor and spikes to enhance their attack capabilities. She asked enthusiastically where Lil Mo found the impressive drawings. He insisted on quickly preparing materials to start the modifications and mentioned purchasing the drawings from the system market. He commented on the quality of the drawings and suggested modifications for a previously found truck, asserting its importance as the vanguard. He warned of imminent danger to the driver, emphasizing the urgency of the situation. He conveyed an urgent message, stating, "This is what I want to say," as the two girls listened attentively. Pointing a gun at her, he demanded something urgently. He pleaded for mercy, insisting they could lead to the treasure. He called for a courageous driver to lead the way in the upgraded truck, his expression determined. He stressed the necessity of a brave driver to maneuver through the lunatics, cautioning that the truck could get stuck. Another character noted the large number of lunatics, implying a risk of the truck being destroyed. He shouted for silence. She cautioned that anyone who undermined their morale would be dismissed immediately. He pondered Yi Rui's contradictory behavior, acknowledging her usefulness in solving problems. He promised to reward the truck driver with 5 meteor crystals and mentioned that consolation money would be deducted if someone died in combat. She insisted that she didn't need help, admitting the danger she encountered without him. He angrily insisted she accept the help, while she resisted. She was surprised by his generosity with meteor crystals, realizing 5 could buy much food, and considered being straightforward from the beginning. He emphasized the importance of his team's lives and ordered those looking for easy gains to leave the warband immediately. He urged them to run quickly, emphasizing the danger they faced. He noticed the truck approaching and urged everyone to move back as chaos ensued. The children expressed amazement and praised their master. He observed that with the refitting done, they could start a campfire and prepare dinner. He mentioned checking nearby shops, while she suggested searching the town's many buildings for supplies. He expressed optimism about finding food supplies. He advised the crowd to divide into groups for a detailed search around the town. She voiced her wish to surprise him one day. She appeared surprised, questioning him with a simple, as they looked at the shelf items together. He coughed, making her giggle as they peeked at the box. She suggested he go first, creating a playful moment between them. He fiercely declared they should go to hell while wielding a glowing blade. They agreed to keep their secret, leaning close together. In the quiet town square at night, characters gather beneath a starry sky. He laughs, surprised by the town's unexpected stock, dreaming of a delicious meal. He comments on the town's security, contrasting it with the bustling city, while another is surprised by the bold clothing displayed outdoors. She questions Chin Zan about his actions with curiosity. He is surprised to see Sister Yi Rui, while she joyfully announces the arrival of the lifesaver, excited about their conversation. He doubts her loyalty as she clings to him, ready to face their challenges together. He questions the situation, acknowledging Sister Yi Rui's tendency to get drunk quickly, needing only one sip to lose consciousness. He is bewildered by the situation, while she expresses a desire to sleep with him. The next day, he instructs Jin Zan to lead against the lunatics, urging everyone to keep advancing. He unleashed a torrent of energy, commanding the storm with determination. He claims that no one can prevent him from giving orders. He insists on taking leadership while Yi Rui coordinates others, stressing the need for urgency without panic. He warns that those attempting to retreat or cause disturbances will face harsh consequences. She expresses her willingness to follow the master's orders. He speaks about the battle for survival, encouraging everyone to put forth their best efforts. He demands everyone's attention, highlighting the situation's urgency. He commands the group, and they respond enthusiastically, acknowledging, "Yes, sir." The pair states their objective is Tiger Village, ready to act quickly. A dirty foot splashes into a muddy puddle, accompanied by loud roars overhead. Powerful roars resonate among the cliffs, indicating impending danger. He stood amidst chaos, confronting shadows of fallen victims. He emerged from the shadows, muscles tensed, emitting a roar that echoed. He rose, towering and muscular, covered in battle scars, ready to unleash his power. Charging forward, he was a menacing character as powerful machines activated. He advanced with determination, the truck speeding forward with a roar. He urged to overcome chaos as the truck surged, breaking the tension. He questioned if it was an illusion, recalling the master defeating 3 mutant lunatics in one blow. Another character wondered if her awakened ability remained powerful. She was certain that following the master was their best decision. He struck swiftly with a glowing sword, creating a powerful swoosh. He commanded urgently to move faster, urgency clear in his tone. She yelled, enraged, as the wheel turned sharply, intensifying chaos. He expressed regret about his obsession, pleading for understanding and freedom to act. He pushed the vehicle forward, accelerating down the highway. She appeared worried, briefly saying, "Lil moi," and turned her head away. Outraged, he shouted, "How dare you?" while waving a knife, also pleading for safety. He warned, "Don't hurt my teammate," as he prepared to confront a massive adversary. A powerful energy blast was unleashed by him, directed at his opponent. He shouted a fierce threat, demanding his opponent's demise. Chin Zan was ordered to wait, as he expressed his intention to rescue him. She urged him to leave, distressed by her trapped legs. He called for his master, blood dripping from his hand. A desire for a world free from post-apocalyptic chaos was expressed by him, contemplating a glimmer of hope. He asked her what she intended to do with him. He reached out, a voice urging unity, as a ring slipped from his hand. He shouted Schwenner's name, his voice filled with urgency, tears forming in his eyes. He pleaded, insisting she couldn't die, seated amidst the chaos. The vehicle tumbled amidst the chaos as characters darted away. He called out to Schwenner, holding her tenderly with a steady gaze. He declared his intention to take her away from this place. The sign read, "Tiger Village Welcome," inviting visitors to the vibrant locale. She ran towards the building, urgency in her every step. She anxiously asked about Master and Sister Chin Zan's whereabouts, expressing frustration at not seeing them. She wondered if they were caught in the herd of lunatics, concerned that being trapped might mean they were already dead. She reflected on her past gratitude, deciding to let him live while expressing a firm desire never to see him again. He asked about their next steps, looking for guidance amid uncertainty. She asserted they wouldn't proceed, and the other character reacted with surprise. She called out to Lil Mo, expressing her certainty about his safety. Determined, she declared her mission to find him. He grimaced in frustration while observing the chaotic scene ahead. She asked why Master had his hands hidden, while he wondered about Sister Chin Zan's peculiar sound. She coughed and told him to be quiet, asserting that Master was definitely treating Schwenner. He explained that the method was just a bit rare and advised her not to overthink it. She pleaded with him not to stop, resisting in conflict. He realized the energy was insufficient and was concerned about her needs. He understood he must transfer his energy to save Chin Zan. He expressed gratitude, vowing never to repeat his past mistakes. He called out to Chin Zan, prepared to transfer his energy. He grimaced as the tent collapsed, with bystanders observing. He questioned Sister Rui about her thoughts, noting her flustered expression. She explained that the interaction with the life crystal was misunderstood. She caught her breath and confirmed it was true. He urged them, questioning their lack of urgency in the post-apocalyptic world. He demanded they get in the car immediately, insisting on the danger. She expressed gratitude, revealing her master rescued her. He mentioned he rescued her simply because she is his teammate. He instructed her to save her words and ordered her to get in the car. He reflected on the cruelty of Doomsday, fearing harm from others, but determined to leave a mark on him first. She asked if they were just teammates. He informed her that the villagers were all freed and mentioned burying them himself. He proposed visiting his grandparents' tomb first, indicating his intent. They walked through a quiet area, discussing their next destination. He pondered why the diary entries were inconsistent as he flipped through the pages. She reacted with surprise, her eyes wide in shock. He noticed a page labeled, written by Liu Xiaomo 1 year after post-apocalyptic world, piquing his interest. He called out, wondering if the diary was his master's. He anxiously questioned the victim's identity. He asked Yi Rui what she was looking at with curiosity. He demanded all the shop's money with a menacing grin. He channels energy through his finger, preparing to release a powerful blast. She greeted her master with surprise, asking why he was there. He reassured her, activating the device. He emphasized his dedication, stating it was for them. Hearing a loud crack, he turned cautiously. He quickly turned, demanding to know who was there. She urgently identified herself as Chen Tong. Chen Tong expressed concern, explaining she had followed him to the mountain. He swiftly attacked, blood spraying, while she watched in shock. He struck the beast fiercely, causing blood to splatter, as she stood stunned. He advised her against wearing perfume on future mountain trips, explaining the mutated animal's sensitivity to scents. She apologized, regretting the situation. He focuses on his power, while she stands beside him, questioning his actions. He instructed her to find someone to carry the wild boar for the feast. She acknowledged with a simple response. Determined, he declared he wouldn't surrender without a fight. He enthusiastically praised the delicious meal and the dishes. They appreciated the good fortune of having such a feast. He lamented about the tasty meat, celebrating for their master. Lil Mo reminded everyone of the boar's meat's value for trade and urged them not to waste it. He cheerfully invited her to join him in drinking, noting he couldn't sleep either. She hesitantly declined his offer, stating she doesn't drink. He reassured her with a gentle grip, saying it was all right. He stammered about his inexperience while encouraging her to continue drinking. She expressed feeling very warm in his embrace, yearning for closeness. He offered to help her, urging her to remove her clothes. He asserts he infused energy into the person, not killed him, and claims he can end at any time. The following day, she tells him one of the girls is missing, and he appears worried. He inquires about the missing girl, and she responds that it is Chen Tong. He questions Chen Tong's condition, wondering if she is upset by his comments. He mentions they are uncertain of the reason, but Enqing reported seeing Chen Tong running away tearfully, saying she was heading back to Lue City. He questions incredulously about Lue City, asking how she could manage the journey with so many dangers. He is surprised to see Lil Mo, curious about his concern for Chen Tong despite their limited contact. He tells her to stay while he searches for Chen Tong, noting the trouble women cause. He worries it might be too late, while she notes Chen Tong drove a car last night and is likely far away. He expresses frustration angrily, as a girl observes quietly nearby. He vents about the immaturity present in this post-apocalyptic world. Determined, he declares Wang Ting won't escape, despite his own injuries. He advised his master to remain calm, praising her intelligence and reminding her of their past victories over threats, ensuring their current safety. He claimed indifference about her safety, stating she was free to go wherever she wished. He called everyone to gather, announcing their journey to the peak, to which she responded with a simple affirmation. She observed that Lil Mo's behavior indicated tension between him and Chen Tong. A group moved cautiously through dense woods, their steps quiet among the trees. He remembered that reaching the mountain's summit would reveal the research building, with others following closely. He commented on the fog, suggesting they remain close to avoid separation. He acknowledged the situation with confidence, agreeing as they navigated through the fog. They moved through the thick fog, aware of their surroundings. Nancy inquired about detecting the energy's exact location, noting an omnipresent atmosphere. He questions the strange event, but she insists she saw nothing unusual. He remarked on the formidable nature of their enemy and noted her concern. He inquired if Yi Rui had discovered anything. He asked, puzzled, about Yi Rui's location. He urgently requested Nancy to find Yi. He acknowledged their absence plainly. He revealed his location, holding the sword tightly, prepared. He asked if she was within the fog, tense and alert. He stood tense and alert, wondering if she was lost in the fog. He called for Master Nancy, searching through the fog. He appeared startled, eyes wide and questioning, deep in thought. He clenches his fist, with radiant energy glowing brightly. He spots a glowing deer in the fog and inquires, "Who's there?" He studies the deer with glowing red eyes, sensing something threatening. She looks around in surprise, trying to see through the fog. He stands confused, questioning the appearance of the glowing red deer. She voices frustration, feeling lost and worried while searching for Yi Rui and Lil Mo, her ability to sense hindered by the fog. Amid the fog, she confidently points towards the concealed deer. She observes the red light and questions its source, realizing something important is at risk. He notes the absence of an energy reaction, pondering its meaning and the fog's impact on his vision. He understands the fog's creator poses a threat to Yi Rui and Nancy, planning to reveal their identity. He reacts in surprise, questioning the situation with disbelief. He stands ready, holding a firearm, as the super evolution system grants him evolution points. He stood motionless as a mysterious deer appeared, its presence commanding attention. He lunged forward, aiming to strike while she shouted for him to die. He asked Nancy if she was all right, showing concern. She insisted she was fine, speculating the fog was created by a mutant Sika deer for hunting. She urged him to find Yi Rui immediately, fearing for her safety. He assured her that Yi Rui, a stone skin user, posed no threat from the mutant Sika deer. She announced to Lil Mo that they could eat the deer tonight. He informed her they could feast on the deer tonight. Amidst chaos, characters stood amid explosions, bloodshed, and destruction. Amidst chaos, she gleefully challenged, warning the lunatics to experience her power. Realizing he has the system, he feels excitement for the journey ahead, balancing strength and agility. Qin Zan was instructed to gather allies and create a flanking maneuver against the enemy, focusing on carving an escape route. He commanded his group to engage the enemies directly ahead. Energy surged through him as he prepared for battle, declaring his readiness with drawn swords. He launched a powerful attack, shouting for his enemies to fall as bright energy beams surged toward them. His sword sliced through the air with fierce energy as he struck. She announced that Lil Mo had cleared a path and urged everyone to advance. Vehicles moved forward, causing chaos and kicking up dust. As they advanced through a barren landscape, chaos was left in their wake. She urged him to seek safety inside the building, while she planned to handle those outside. He advised her to stay safe and suggested she return to the building if necessary. He acknowledges many mysteries at the research institute and plans to quickly form a team to return. He exclaimed about the giant crystal, realizing it could be worth a lot at the auction. He expressed frustration over the lack of other valuable items, questioning if the crystal was all they had gathered after everything they faced. He questioned his mysterious connection to the blue crystal and insisted the girls search around while he checked it first. He felt the energy of the blue crystal, reaching out to investigate its mysterious aura. He reacted with surprise as the blue crystal emitted a captivating glow, capturing the attention of his companions. The moon loomed over the dark cityscape, ominous and glowing. The happy supermarket glowed invitingly, with vibrant products on display. She wondered aloud, surprised by his abrupt departure. She reflected on how he saved her, yet she still didn't know his name. He introduced himself as Lu Xiaomo, standing confidently at the door. He questions her concern, wondering what's troubling him as she reaches out to him. She appeared surprised and asked if he had returned. She inquired about his recent absence, but he dismissed it as a nightmare. He suggested they should depart, gently holding her hand. He insisted on leaving immediately, urging her to move forward, determined to save the world. She reached into the drawer, retrieving stacks of cash. He inquired about her troubles as she expressed concern. He assured her he was fine and insisted she could leave since he had important matters to address. She remarked on the increasing fascination with eschatology while he stood confidently. She insisted on accompanying him, but he explained he could only save her, not take her. She expressed her desire to follow him and questioned her capability. She admitted she had nothing left and asked if it was acceptable. He stood still, showing uncertainty and anticipation. He believed she was a good person and the right choice. With a confident smile, he gestured for her to follow him. In a vibrant, neon-lit city, he confidently gestured for her to follow. He suggested that to play, all that was needed was food, while another declared their willingness to do anything. She reached out, focused on something distant, emphasizing her determination. Offering him the money, she expressed surprise at his mention of beautiful women. He stood anxiously, overshadowed by ominous figures. He moved ahead, unintentionally kicking a severed head. He claimed ownership of the apple, as onlookers watched. He and another argued over who had the apple first. He expressed confusion about the unfamiliar setting, noting he'd never been there, while a woman with pink hair stood nearby. He mentioned Gongzu Street's wealth-based status and asked about their next destination. He indicated the auction house, describing Pai Mai Xing's opulence and Gongzu Street's wealth-centric culture. He stated that the southern town belonged to the immortals, while another noted the awakening of many powerful individuals. He reacted dismissively with a sharp sound, turning away. He advanced forward, creating a loud noise that drew attention. He remarked on his unexpected luck and suggested he could still take her with him. A confident character announced a new Iron Man owner, while another observed silently, sensing anticipation. He expressed anger at the dragon fighting group for resource theft, challenging them to a confrontation. Another warned that anyone confronting him would face zombies. He questioned Xiao Mo about their purpose, noting the intimidating crowd. She assured him it was the quickest way to gather supplies. He noticed the laughter of women in bunny costumes, their banter filling the air. She requested a ride to the auction to purchase some items. Two women mocked his situation, suggesting he was too broke to tip. One jokingly asked if he planned to sell his wife for food. She insisted he could leave alone if desired, showing reluctance to join him. He smiled, holding a chocolate bar, ready to enjoy it. While holding supplies, he confidently asked for directions to auction hall number 5. He playfully revealed a chocolate surprise as two eager companions assisted him, displaying their playful expressions and confident poses. Surprised by the situation, he questioned her actions. She insists on being chosen, asserting she satisfies every guest. She urges him to select her, boasting about her qualities. She speaks of her long tongue and skill, questioning his enthusiasm in different situations. He declares his choice with certainty, surprising her as she reacts with astonishment. He confidently points, affirming her answer as correct. She suggests assisting her friend, playfully offering a food exchange. She nervously repeats her agreement, addressing him as Sir. She insists she no longer needs it, urging Xiao Mo not to waste his efforts. He insists that his people must wear only the finest attire. She gazes intently, her vibrant purple eyes filled with intrigue. She warned him to stay back, brandishing rubber chickens determinedly. She concluded that if Xiao Mo declared her his person, it was all that mattered. In auction room 5, he announced Captain Wanzhan Fengbao Zhandu's victory, stirring the audience's interest. With 100,000 bullets, he declared triumph over 3 mutant zombies, raising his level to a powerful awakened character. He questioned the existence of a zombie auction. She explained that a crystal from a normal mutant zombie transforms it into an awakened fighter. He stated confidently that if profit exists, anything can be bought or sold, deeming this the end of the world. She introduced a powerful vehicle from Luo Yicheng, announcing its launch with a starting bid of 100,000 bullets. She highlighted the armored truck's features, noting its robust design and capacity for 20 passengers, boasting 800 horsepower. He expressed a need for a powerful mode of transportation, stressing the importance of navigating the chaos outside the city. He demanded respect from the crowd, asserting Baolong Zhanthuan would offer 120,000 bullets. He questioned the high price for bullets, incredulous at the notion of paying such a cost for a treasure. With a rubber chicken in hand, she warned him to keep his distance. He challenged his opponent, questioning his willingness to fight and taunted him to enter the ring if dissatisfied, using assertive language. He proclaimed that life's distractions should be silenced for him as the crowd gathered in a chaotic atmosphere. With a confident grin, he displayed a mischievous charm and style. He confidently claimed ownership of the car, introducing himself as Hu Hu, deputy leader of Quangbao Zhantuan. Hu Hu asserted his identity, while another showed surprise at others' interest in the car, increasing tension. Huo Hu boasted about being the second strongest in the army, challenging anyone to compete with him confidently. Baiyu Zhangtuan had once confronted him, but with poor results, now expressing frustration about his inability to connect. He announced the auction results excitedly, while she reacted nervously, congratulating Huo Hu on winning, adding tension. He questioned her with a puzzled, "Huh?" as she remained silent, holding a microphone. He confidently announced a bid of 300,000 bullets, flashing a victory sign, while she observed with intrigue. He criticized the institute, pointing out its failures, leaving onlookers shocked. The maniac said that her screams heightened his excitement. He questions the audacity of a newcomer challenging Hu Hu, wondering about the kid's reputation. Another character comments that 300,000 bullets could buy a full squad. He angrily demands to know why a punk would challenge Hu Hu and asks if the kid is tired of living. He urgently advises leaving if the price is too high. He mentions excitement and nostalgia, expressing how much he misses the young man and boasts about bidding 310,000 bullets. He considers the 400,000 bullets while his opponent shouts about bidding 410,000 bullets. He counts 500,000 bullets, and his opponent gleefully claims 510,000 bullets. Undeterred, he confidently raises the stakes to 600,000. He comments on the auction price reaching a shocking 600,000, while another notes the absurdity of it being far above the car's actual worth. He warns his boss to stop bidding, fearing his captain brother's anger. He demands the other to leave, expressing disbelief regarding the kid's untreatability. He urges the other to approach, showing confidence with a bold smile. She yelled for help while he held her tightly. He assured Master Gui that their organization would assist him once and asked if he could buy the car. He stated that everyone is aware of Guangbao Zhantan's strength, ensuring Master Gui's agreement to the deal. He laughed, claiming that strength rules in this apocalyptic world, and declared the car his, stating that even divine intervention couldn't change that. He stood confidently among the crowd, asserting his dominance. He expressed enthusiasm, wondering what to do early in the day. He urged Master Gui not to delay, presenting an intriguing item with excitement. He confidently declared it a high-end toy resembling teacher Hitano Yui from 2020, which the excited man admired. He remarked that regardless of its quality, it was just silicon. He expressed that the person before him was the goddess of his youthful dreams, while a small, bald character asked if he had anything else. He confidently affirmed his agreement with a bright smile. Her plea for assistance was desperate as she clung to herself. He dropped the boxes while calling out names, emphasizing urgency. He acknowledged receiving accurate information about Master Gui's unusual hobby. Another character chuckled, expressing surprise it wasn't mentioned sooner and showing interest in valuable items. He exclaimed that Master Gui promised him the car. He noted the boy's considerable wealth, expressing instant approval. He asked, "Huh?" and another man explained someone has a rare perceptive ability. He questioned what the girl was and expressed his preference for girls with special powers, intrigued by her abilities. He asked when the auction began involving human trafficking. Another grinned, calling her delicious and claiming her as his food. He remarked that the girl was not bad, noting that many who awaken their perception seek to live outside. She explained the girl has a special ability to perceive, sensing within several kilometers. She declared herself the auction subject, emphasizing her value beyond mere conditions, while a man eagerly asked about the beauty criteria for potential buyers. He laughed darkly, asserting that no one would rescue her. She mentioned the main task was to destroy the Guangbao Zhantuan, which surprised someone nearby. He laughed wildly, recalling she was Baiyu Zhantuan's companion, as a fish unexpectedly jumped from the net. He pondered Guangbao Zhantuan's power and questioned interference while considering ownership of an item. He wondered if auctioning himself would lead to revenge, while another said no one dared to challenge Guangbao Zhantuan. He offered 10 million bullets, and she questioned why he wanted her to cover the cost, expressing her curiosity about wealth. He held a gun tightly, confronting them. "You again? Do you think I'll let you leave today?" He asserted that Guangbao Zhantuan would not tolerate provocation. Another noted the rashness of drawing a gun, suggesting he sought trouble. He declared it was a personal issue with the kid and warned others to stay out of it. He expressed determination to fight, warning others to flee, questioning the boldness of firing at the auction. Another mentioned the respect due to Guangbao Zhantuan's deputy leader. He stood confidently as a powerful energy beam approached, ready to face the challenge. An explosion behind him left him shocked. He evades the attack with precision, demonstrating agility. In disbelief, He questions the situation, while his companion struggles with the other's rapid abilities. He demands to know who is unable to leave, regardless of circumstances. He smirks, implying that without shooting, the excitement would be lost. Surprised by a sudden noise, he calls out to wait as tension rises. He fires the gun, the force resounding as chaos begins. He curses, realizing the kid has fired a gun. In surprise, he notes it actually fired, while another man expresses a wish to kill it. He urges someone to shoot amidst exploding chaos. He dodges the whips, advancing as sounds echo around. Startled and perplexed, he questioned the situation. He urged the group to retreat and seek reinforcements, emphasizing the urgency of the situation. He insisted they wait and suggested they should return to find the captain. He gestured for her to join him, stating that no one else would dare to purchase her. He playfully questioned if she realized that joining Quangbao Zantuan was difficult. He urged her to keep pace as they sprinted through the lively city. He concentrated intently, activating swirling sensory energy around him. He observed 3 remaining Kwangsuan Zantuan soldiers on the pier's left side, to which she eagerly agreed, and he confidently declared he would handle them quickly. He charged forward, a loud thud sounding behind him. He rushed down the crowded street, a rustling noise trailing him. She expressed surprise at Xiao Mo, questioning who she was. He acknowledged the voice's warning about the end of time. Quanlong, the leader of Quangbao Zantuan, expresses frustration over their limited food options due to 3 being unkillable. He asserts that she won't be able to refuse him and is confident she will come. He warns of dire consequences if she fails the opportunity given. The other character questions the significance if the plan succeeds. He confidently mentions having 5 sisters and raises his hand. He insists they observe closely, grinning with anticipation. She questions Zhou Jia about the reason for his call. He asks Wang Ting for forgiveness and pleads for her return. She gasps as he declares that she will die today. He confidently reports to his superior about discovering Liao Xiaomo while holding his massive sword. She accuses Zhou Jia of exploiting her trust. Seeing a countdown timer, he understood 10 minutes remained. He confidently declares his understanding of Wang Ting, mocking her perceived weakness and claiming she and others will remain under his control indefinitely. He laughs mockingly, questioning her ambition to dismantle their power in daylight, surrounded by shadowy characters. He urgently warns of an ambush, commanding everyone to disperse immediately. He smirks, questioning their possible escape routes. He exclaims for everything to explode as they stand in awe. He questions the situation's impossibility, bewildered. He pleads for his life, urging not to be harmed, while another evaluates his predicament. He stutters in shock, calling out to Wang Ting with disbelief. She acknowledges her former weakness, expressing gratitude for the lesson learned. He states their task is complete and suggests they leave, while she questions his certainty about the day's events. He announced the time left, demanding food, tobacco, and essentials, suggesting they gather supplies for survival. He inquires about the man's level as a flame awakener during the chaos. A muscular character threatens his opponent, saying they can't escape and will die, as he prepares for a final attack. She asks if she's late, to which he replies that she's on time. She suggests they should move, while he questions if someone has died. She clarifies that only the Tier 3 awakened fainted, indicating they aren't weak. He questions if the other has eyes, while someone else criticizes reckless driving, asking if the driver wants to die and warning of impending danger. He angrily demands the other to move aside. He expresses disbelief at missing such an exciting event. Confidently, he assures he can overcome any challenge and recalls secrets about the Iron Gate from an auction involving the Berserker group. With determination, she declares her readiness and urges everyone to give their best. He taunted the kid's pretend gun, threatening to use a knife instead. They laugh at the idea of anyone attacking the fortified city gate, noting its diamond steel layers are impregnable. She expresses her trust in him while observing the approaching vehicles. Explosions shatter the silence as missiles target their destination. 2 characters, caught in the chaos, observe in shock as a vehicle is sent flying by an explosive bang, leaving destruction in its wake. She questions in disbelief whether they truly succeeded. He expresses excitement over the taste, while she teasingly mentions the real game is just starting. Figures flee in panic as beings with glowing eyes chase them relentlessly. A young man screams about madmen invading the city and urges his companion to eliminate them. He tells his companion the enemies are weak zombies and insists on quick action, vowing to eliminate a specific foe. He commands his squad to follow and attack while explosions occur around them. He thought about the many lives lost, noting there were no survivors among the zombies. He grimaces when the intense light hits his face, indicating an upcoming conflict. He commented on the erratic actions of the Quangbao as explosions erupted around. The armored vehicle clattered, leaving chaos in its wake. Xiao Mo inquired whether breaking the city gate would be safe. He explained that many poor individuals lived in the city, noting that those in power frequently removed the insane from outside Fallen City, leaving the rest with subpar goods. He observed the vehicle approaching amidst the surrounding chaos. A massive explosion occurred as debris fell violently. He used binoculars, surprised by a vehicle passing, indicating an approaching event. He noticed the kid's damaged truck near the large canyon. He revved the engine, causing the vehicle to rumble. He ordered the warrior to flee, mocking their bravery in the face of danger, while others prepared for conflict. Demanding silence, he glares with determination, ready to act. He steps onto the bloody ground, prepared for confrontation. He boldly states his plan to handle the kid and then claim the two girls. He repeats his intent to deal with the kid first, planning to later take the box of Wazi. He confronts the kid, noting the numerical disadvantage as they prepare to resolve past conflicts. He questions his position, feeling surrounded despite the odds. He laughs, questioning their solitude while discussing gains and losses. Another suggests stopping the jokes and eliminating the kid. A third recalls past deceit, promising to avoid being fooled again. He boasts about consulting Cha Hong, a special awakened character, claiming no bullets were near him. He acknowledges her cunning, confirming she had checked for nearby ambushes. He argues that she inspected the wrong area, pointing to the cliff ahead. He expresses confusion, questioning the strange sound around them. With hands clasped, he apologizes sincerely, admitting his mistakes. He shouted in alarm, recognizing the approaching horde of zombies. Realizing these weren't ordinary zombies, he saw a massive tide of corpses. He urged urgency, commanded to shoot, and vowed to halt the attackers. He called out, questioning if his opponent appreciated the surprise he delivered. He claimed the madman was drawn by the scent of blood, confirming the explosion's deadly consequence. Angrily, he accused the man of being a lunatic and refused to continue playing. He shouted to turn around and urged his companion to get in the car, insisting they leave before being surrounded by the corpses. He shouted in frustration, demanding to leave before chaos erupted. He questioned if anyone had tried to escape, while his opponent expressed frustration. He lunged with his sword, aiming at his opponent with intensity. He shouted at Liu Xiaomo, demanding to know if he still wanted to live, warning that being surrounded by the corpse tide meant certain death. He strikes the man firmly, asserting his dominance. She called out to Xiaomo, questioning the danger he faced. She reflected on her devotion to Xiaomo, expressing wholehearted dedication. He threatened to kill the other first. He urged Biao's to lead their team through the chaos, promising quick resolution. The group commanded others to eliminate their enemies. He insisted his team wait briefly as the boss dealt with the kid. Explosions echoed, debris flying from the armored vehicle, leaving chaos behind. He questioned Quanglong's strength, asserting his control over the situation. Liu Xiaomo confidently dismissed any fear. He stated that everyone, including Quanglong, was trapped in the chaos, mentioning they were outnumbered but had superior firepower. He noted that the crowding was temporary and wouldn't last much longer. He urged Wu Nan to attack with determination, charging forward. Urgently, he inquires about the warehouse's location. She initiates the attack by pressing the button. He observes the armored vehicle exploding with debris scattering. He urgently advises others to find shelter, highlighting the imminent danger. He confidently states that it was a special preparation for them. He looks up and notes in surprise that it is not a rocket. He comments on the slimy substance while others react to the unpleasant smell. He curses in alarm about the serious situation, while his companion, in disbelief, states it's urine. He triumphantly mentions gathering limited resources in Fallen City and warns that the scent of human urine attracts zombies. He states ominously that their demise is certain, displaying intensity. He alerts that the madman is approaching and insists on shooting. She urgently points, indicating the warehouse as he observes. He asserted they needed to raise their weapon to confront the threat. He explained they couldn't bear the overpowering scent, describing how the deranged individuals stormed the vehicle and fled like wild animals. He lunged forward, calling out in distress as his attacker held the weapon firmly. He called for help as chaos erupted around him. He pleaded for assistance amidst unfolding chaos, as blood stained the ground. He threatened that they would perish together in a fit of rage. He turned away as an explosion revealed a monstrous character with bloodied teeth. He shouted various names defiantly as chaos surrounded him. He confronted Quanglong, stating he was experiencing the death of his brothers and friends. She noted that he also understood sadness. Expressing gratitude, he hands her a hair clip. He shouted, wielding his massive sword, surrounded by flames. He threatened violence amidst a blazing inferno. He declared his enmity as energy crackled between them. He struck with a fiery blow, causing an explosion. He stated that as long as he was present, no one could be harmed. He urged others to leave as a powerful explosion occurred. A massive explosion sent debris flying upwards, marking a powerful impact. He fell headfirst, flames trailing, creating a fiery scene. He smirked, holding a knife tightly, highlighting the challenge of Tier 3 Awakeners. He asked if Xiaomo was okay and questioned their next move against Quanglong, a formidable Tier 3 Awakener. She questions its purpose, examining the hairpin. He demanded to know their planned retreat, vowing to avenge his brothers by reducing them to ashes. A fierce attack began as he unleashed a blazing fire knife. He exclaimed about the overwhelming force while she advised him to sit down, emphasizing their struggle. As chaos erupted, he gripped both women's hands, urging them to fall. He called out to Lu Xiaomo, urging her to flee once again. He questioned whether she could evade capture a second and third time. He challenged her, questioning when he ever mentioned escaping, then threatened to send her to reunite with her brothers soon. Xiaomo heard a plea from two women urging him to pause. He assured her there was no need to worry, he would be fine. He shouted at Quanglong to go to hell as he swiftly leapt away, wielding his weapon with determination. She urgently gestures, calling for him to stop. He challenged his opponent to step forward, his hand glowing with fiery energy. He unleashed a powerful blast, sending his opponent flying. He swiftly moved, releasing an attack with precision. Startled, he found the shadow right behind him, posing a threat. Quickly, he thrust the shimmering blade forward. Suddenly, he felt a powerful strike pierce his shoulder. In disbelief, he questioned how access was blocked. Charging forward, he shouted a warning to his foes. He asked if the red light was the third-tier awakening skill. Confidently, he declared that knowing the truth wouldn't help his opponent, revealing that activating his flame state would condense a high-temperature flame on his surface. With curiosity, he tilts his head and questions her. He claimed immunity to knives and bullets, expressing eagerness to face the impossible. Surrounded by blue energy, he charged, determined to defeat his enemies. He assured Lu Xiaomo he'd be defeated by merely breaking a layer of skin before laughing heartily. Effortlessly, he dodged strikes and launched dazzling counterattacks. Confidently, he dismissed her skills as meaningless. She inquired about possible actions against the Quanglong. She suggested Xiao Miao should quickly target Crazy Dragon's defenses, questioning his rule-free attacks. Reflecting on the Tier 3 Awakener's toughness, he commented on his remarkable resilience. He boasted that his defense would remain unbreakable as long as his flame was alive, prompting another character to question further. Curiously, he inquired if the other's flame had been extinguished. He lunged forward, jaw bloodied and menacing. She handed him the key, thanking him for his assistance. He questioned whether his flame could ever be extinguished, laughing dismissively. Declaring this moment his awakening, he exuded confidence, while another reacted with surprise. He exclaimed in disbelief about the absence of his fire, demanding its return urgently. He recalled a teacher's lesson on fire, emphasizing oxygen's role. He explained that during the recent attack, he isolated the air around his opponent, adding that without air, one burns. He declared this was the end of the world and expressed skepticism about the existence of any elementary school, insisting in disbelief that she must be lying. He ominously declared, "Die," while revealing a sinister smirk. He swiftly struck, leaving the opponent in disbelief, who exclaimed that this could not happen. He observed his opponent stagger, shocked and unsteady after taking a hit. He lay on the ground, blood pooling around him, reflecting his futile state. She exclaimed joyfully, calling out to Xiao Mo with enthusiasm. He acknowledged her kindness, mentioning he owed her a favor. She wondered about Quanglong's fate, feeling both relief and sorrow over Captain Yue and Fei's avenged actions. A strong gust of wind swept by as he lay defeated on the ground. He asked, bewildered, "Huh? This is," as radiant energy surrounded him. Receiving a notification about defeating Tier 3 Awakeners, he smirked, earning 100 experience points. Feeling triumphant, he acknowledged Kwang Long as a worthy Tier 3 Awakener and celebrated the experience gained. Horror struck him as the bloodied characters screamed, encircling their prey. He shouted fiercely to keep them at bay, striking with force. Alerting others that zombies were approaching, he ordered Wang Ting and Wu Nan to retreat immediately. She shouted confidently, "Okay," as empowerment and readiness filled the air while they drove the vehicle. Driving the vehicle off the ground, he roared the engine with intensity. He offered her a chance for wish, contingent on survival. She urged Xiao Mo to speed up, her urgency clear. He pointed out the spot where the attack would occur. He commanded the detonation of their prepared explosives. She responded with a brief, "Yes." Explosions erupted violently, shaking the ground around him. A vehicle sped through the chaos, causing debris and panic among scattered characters. He announced the road was clear and encouraged everyone to proceed. He leapt away from the speeding vehicle amid strong gusts. She stepped onto the cliff, making rocks crack beneath her. Su Fei pondered Lu Xiaomo's strength, intrigued by his ability to defeat the Mad Dragon, suggesting an intense confrontation. She asked about his intention, curious about his meaning of survival. She firmly grips the weapon, ready for the impending confrontation. She playfully showcases the impressive weapon she crafted, addressing him. She fires her weapon, demonstrating its power enthusiastically. He questions the mysterious sound, curiosity clear on his face. The vehicle speeds across the ground with a loud noise, creating excitement. She declares to Xiao Mo that it's a rocket. He urgently demands to stop the car mid-air. He confidently insists he will handle the situation. She urgently calls for Xiao Mo to return, warning of danger. He fiercely declares his determination, insisting on his survival. He stepped through the doorway, prepared for what lay ahead. In a dynamic move, he launches a glowing blade, embodying power and determination. He propels the blade swiftly, showcasing relentless resolve. An explosion erupts, filling the scene with a blinding light. She shouts in panic for Xiaomo as the armored vehicle drives away amidst clouds of smoke. She demands to know what's happening and who fired the rocket. She expresses boredom with the situation, pondering aloud about dying in this manner. A striking trajectory cuts through the clouds, leaving a vivid trail. She gasps in shock, wide-eyed in disbelief. She exclaims, realizing the significance of the event. He strides forward forcefully, leaving an energy trail behind. He concentrated, aware he had 6 minutes to gather resources. He warned a younger character about the dangers of small rockets. She admired his endurance, acknowledging he survived her strong attack. She expressed her preference for facing strong opponents, highlighting her competitive nature. She confidently mentioned the excitement of using her dual pink Uzis. He dismissed the weapon's significance to him. He suggested surrendering, wielding glowing energy in his hand. She rejected the idea of giving up, urging him to awaken. He held a pink, bunny-themed gun, prepared for action. She commanded her weapons, releasing a vibrant display of firepower. He fired powerful blasts from his hands, causing explosive impacts. With 5 minutes left, he announced his readiness to start. She expressed confusion about the air energy cover while chaos surrounded her. He shouted that Uzi couldn't complete the task as he advanced. He warned that a disobedient child would face consequences, moving forward with determination. She insisted that no one would succeed in attacking when danger was near. She proposed using her special rabbit grenade to solve the problem. He moved past her quickly, heightening the tension. He swiftly grasped her waist, creating a charged moment. She sharply turned with a playful gesture, holding a small grenade behind her with a mischievous look. She held a pink grenade tightly, ready to act with mischievous intent. He smirked, displaying the pink grenade in his hand, taunting her with the idea of defeat. He observed the boxes stacking swiftly, anticipating the disorder. She held scissors, asking if they should pull the ring. He inquired if she could identify the strange item he was holding. With surprise, he questioned, "Pull ring?" while making a swift motion with a blazing arc of energy. He noted the incredible speed, understanding he could activate the grenade pull ring easily, and recognized that she was an awakener. She chuckled weakly, frustrated by the rapid events. He mentioned that, unlike past experiences, he now feels different. She suggested that transforming him could be more beneficial. She proposed a perilous plan, revealing a hidden bomb inside her body capable of causing destruction. He asked if her name was Su Fei. Su Fei, a renowned bounty hunter from Fallen City, wielded a powerful weapon that enhanced its heat ability. He activated a device, projecting bright beams of light, with a countdown of 326. He pondered inviting her, uncertain yet hopeful. She brandished a knife, demanding her release. He proposed a better plan, suggesting she join his clan, mentioning the many weak members. He noted Su Feifei's obsession with weapons, especially rockets, and suggested it would be easy to entice her. Intrigued, he questioned her about the big babies, and she playfully asked if he wanted to see them. She accused him of being a pervert and refused to join his group. He expressed confusion about Su Feifei's affection for Rocket, having overheard her refer to someone as big baby. She firmly called him a pervert, rejecting his invitation and urging him to indulge his hobby alone. He cautioned her not to misinterpret his words, questioning if she truly believed he had special intentions. She derisively called him foolish, questioning what ideas he expected. He charged forward determinedly, wielding his weapon as the time reduced to 1 minute and 12 seconds. She comments on the many monsters she's faced, suggesting he is one of them. She states that if she could have defeated him, it would have happened already. She walks with determination, each step resonating with purpose. Her captivating smile grabs his attention, creating a charged atmosphere. She inquires if Xiao Mo is all right. She expresses surprise at the large breasts. He highlights his smooth, white skin, presenting a striking look. With a confident smile, she asks if he's okay. She expresses surprise at the long legs, her reaction exaggerated. She angrily calls him immature, referring to him as a little kid. She is puzzled and asks about the little girl's origin. He grinned, stating it was the end, holding a dangerous device, and mentioned they'd meet in another life. He maneuvered past obstacles as the clock ticked down to 42 seconds. The woman invited the little girl closer by offering candy. The girl hesitated, feeling compelled to kneel. She admitted defeat while sitting on the ground. He offered her the chance to join his clan, promising access to powerful new weapons. He sought her agreement with a simple question, okay? Surrounded by swirling energy, he considered his 100 evolution points for weapons. As the truck barreled forward, both reacted with shock. A massive statue came to life, its red eyes glowing ominously. She pointed out a mutant zombie and the nearby corpses, attracting its attention. She informed that Bloodclaw is a top mutant zombie, noting that ordinary guns are ineffective, and asked Xiao Mo if they should retreat. He announced the gathering of all resources and proposed to return to the future with 2 seconds remaining. He urged her to remain ready, raising his weapon cautiously as she prepared for confrontation. He asked about the object in his hand, curious. She raised her hand, startled by both his weapon and the unusual object. Startled, she exclaimed when he raised his weapon. He confidently stated that his powerful weapon ruled the world. He declared his dominance with a weapon that commanded attention. He shouted to release a powerful blast from his weapon. He unleashed a powerful attack, energy surging forward. He launched a massive blast, erupting with overwhelming energy. She watched the powerful energy wave, determined, readying her weapon. He unleashed an energy blast, heightening the surrounding atmosphere. With a forceful stomp, he creates a shockwave, scattering debris. He expresses satisfaction, remarking on her abilities. She asserts her willingness to do anything for him. She warns him not to become overly excited, insisting he must release her first. He explains that the terrain is too high for typical zombies, suggesting it's safer. He states everyone will take turns watching the night, offering to go first and telling others to rest. He asserts he won't share the big baby until trust is established, encouraging persistence. She calls out, prompting him to affirm her intention to sleep as well. She pauses, needing to speak with Xiao Mo while others rest. He reflects on forming a battle group quickly and plans to visit a mysterious research institute soon. He hears a loud crack from the empty chair, hinting at something ominous. After the conclusion, he examined Fallen Leaf City under a haunting moon, surrounded by chaotic characters with blood-smeared faces. He advises her not to be overly formal, reminding her of her role in his group and implying she needs assistance. He observes the late hour and suggests she should return to sleep. Noticing her surprise, he points out the urgency of the situation. He insists it's not necessary, mentioning Wang Ting and others are nearby. He assures her he listened carefully, noting they were asleep. She admits she hasn't yet and asks for gentleness. He questions why everyone is gathered, while she responds timidly, avoiding his gaze. She confidently speaks to Xiao Mo, her vibrant hair moving gracefully. She hesitates but reaches out, revealing she has something important to share as a noise echoes. She unexpectedly stumbles, drawing attention with her outfit. Concerned about embarrassment, she wonders why Wang Ting would approach Xiao Mo at night. He noticed desolate towers beneath a blood-red moon as rain poured. Startled, she covers herself, while he appears shocked. She inquires of Xiao Mo about his thoughts, expressing her desire to become stronger and awakened, and asks for his help. He sighs, realizing the expectations of awakening are disappointing, while she laughs, agreeing with amusement. She knocks on the vehicle urgently, calling for brother Xiaomo, asking to be let in. Frustrated, he questions why Su Fei has joined the situation. He asks why Su Fei is present, worried about being seen. She insists on needing a hiding place, while he remains silent. He gestures towards something unseen, leaving her puzzled, and another person looks comically shocked. She provocatively asks Xiaomo for help in hiding something. He urgently tells her to stop while reaching out. He heard distant echoes in the rain-soaked city, illuminated by neon lights. He nervously gestures, protesting with a simple, "No." Frustrated, he covers his face with his hand and exclaims. She dramatically enters, questioning brother Xiaomo's actions with surprise. She suggests brother Xiaomo is alone at night and hints at a seductive trick for a quirky reward. Accusing him of being a pervert, she reminds him that even the vigil is aware. She confronts him, accusing him of an obsession with hentai. Gunfire sounds as the armored vehicle speeds away from approaching characters. A bloodied character screams in pursuit as the armored vehicle drives off. She insists nothing happened last night, shifting the embarrassment to someone else. Dismissing the embarrassment, she mentions similar incidents in the fallen city and teases about forming a harem group. He remarked on the young lady's appearance, suggesting they examine her. After several days of playing, he intended to sell her as food. He observed as the vehicle vanished in a dust cloud. She commented on overreactions, while the other listened. She encouraged him to look forward at the scene ahead. He noticed loud banging noises echoing across the crowded area. A blood-stained flag waved above a mass of shadows. Xiao Mo, sitting above, thought about their next move while she urgently asked what to do. He advised her to get in the car and leave, sensing something was wrong. He wondered if the flag belonged to the Slaughter Legion. She agreed, showing both determination and uncertainty. She warned Wang Ting, reaching out urgently. He executed a precise leap with swift momentum. She warned him to stay back, threatening to call for assistance. He confidently stated that only 18 characters dared to challenge them. He raised his hand in a peace sign, offering a chance for survival, while the bald man prepared for engagement. In a tense moment, he questioned his opponent's willingness to grant him a chance for survival. Swiftly wielding a blade, he signaled impending danger. In shock, he questioned how the danger was so easily evaded. She warned about Xiao Mo's dangerous attitude, noting his distraction tactics aimed at the bald man. He insisted the distance was inadequate and expressed a need to be closer. He strategized to quickly defeat his opponent, preventing any alerts to the Slaughter army. He confidently claimed he would finish his opponent with a single arrow, concluding with a decisive threat. He unleashed 4 arrows in rapid succession, showcasing impressive skill. He taunted her, stating that her screams only fueled his excitement. He asked the kid if he was curious about how he became the captain. He announced that the next revelation would be unveiled soon. He unleashed the Wind Dance Furious Arrow with determination. He was startled by the sudden bursts echoing around him. He was startled by the sudden burst of energy resonating around him. He chuckled, addressing the hidden child and taunting, "You can't hide, can you?" He cursed the captain for hiding a powerful skill and remarked on the child's impending doom due to the large attack range. He acknowledged the captain's strength and felt relieved for choosing to stay. He gasped, questioning what had just happened and the child's whereabouts. He warned her urgently to stay still, sweat visible. He grinned menacingly, asserting that nobody could save her. He challenged the other character, asking if he was being pursued. The man expressed disbelief as his opponent quickly countered his move. He shouted, questioning how she managed to escape him. He interrupted his opponent's chatter with a decisive kick, stopping him. He stated the third arrow had missed and claimed his opponent's life. Desperation filled his voice as he insisted he had vital information about the Slaughter Legion. Smirking, he inquired about an intriguing message with curiosity. He offered to reveal the Slaughter Legion's headquarters, explaining the presence of numerous zombies. He warned against asking further if his claim was true, lunging forward as blood splattered around him. Releasing the device, it exploded with a loud poof, sending blood everywhere. He observed the explosion, leaving chaos in its wake. He cautioned against using the spray as tension grew. He stood shocked as blood spattered from his wounded arm. He realized his hand was gone and screamed. He expressed frustration over their captain's defeat by the kid and suggested retreating to the headquarters since the kid was too fast. He instructed Su Fei Fei to team up with Wu Nan to deal with the troublesome enemies. She questioned why she should listen, asserting her independence despite being part of the group. He assured her it was fine if she didn't want to, mentioning plans for a fun day with his large companion. She told her leader not to worry as she moved forward confidently. She declared her capability to manage the situation while aiming her weapon. She shouted fiercely about a big baby as she unleashed fire. Amidst chaos, a powerful explosion sent characters flying. He observed the situation felt oddly familiar, holding his weapon amid the rain. He asked for forgiveness, aware of the threat she represented. He commented on Su Fei Fei's limitless energy, and she noted their current lack of teamwork. He delivered a playful jab, resulting in a soft boop sound. He demanded information on the Slaughter Legion, warning of severe consequences for lying. He begged for release, promising to provide information if set free. He launched a swift kick, catching his opponent by surprise. He lay defeated on the ground with a sword planted beside him. He demanded answers immediately, threatening to use force if necessary. He insisted on immediate compliance regarding the Slaughter Legion's large group, revealing plans to lure zombies as a food source. He claimed to be merely a squad leader, unaware of others, and mentioned the Slaughter Legion's fearsome reputation, similar to the Fallen City, which raised questions about their true motives. She expressed relief, noting someone was approaching as the rain continued. He offered all his knowledge, expressing a desire to leave. He contemplated the fleeting strength of a Tier 2 awakened, noting the killer's impressive power. He found the situation interesting, considering how the bones would rust after extended confinement. He smirked, announcing it was time for activities with a thrilling vibe. The vehicle sped over the barren landscape, kicking up dust. Gunfire echoed as the group remained tense, preparing for action. She questioned why he occupied the front seat while she squatted behind, expressing her desire to sit up front too. She confronted him about his front seat position, insisting she wanted to be there as well. She demanded an explanation for her back seat position, insisting on sitting up front with him. He warned her of the approaching danger from the Slaughter Legion. He expressed confidence, stating he wasn't afraid of just one thing. She pleaded for assistance, urging him to take her away. He notes their strength is insufficient to tackle large battle groups and emphasizes the need for more recruits. She resolves to become stronger, determined not to be a burden. She alerts Xiaomo about a rapidly approaching car. He questions the reason for the car's speed. She cries out for help, exclaiming she can't hold on any longer. He teases her about being young and handling many uncontrollable issues. She demands that Leader Lu be allowed to approach as he prepares. He shouts, "Wall protect," while raising his hands, ready for action. A powerful explosion erupts, shaking everything. He stands quietly, gazing up as beams of light stream down. He recognized her and offered help but emphasized it was a single opportunity. She pleaded for him to take her away. He expressed confusion about a blue barrier blocking their attacks. He warned the group to remain cautious of the awakened child, fearing the boss's intentions. He noted his intrigue at the presence of a unique awakened individual as a vehicle approached with a sudden mechanical sound. He taunted the younger boy, claiming the situation was exciting. He declined coolly, stating no interest in men. A vehicle soared into the air, creating a loud commotion. He shouted for his companions to seize the visible prey. He commanded to identify those who provoked them, ordering to eliminate the men and spare the women, laughing while preparing for action. He prepared to give a parting gift, wielding a powerful rifle, while a companion observed. With determination, he fired the rifle as the car sped away. He agreed to her request and prepared to return the favor. He issued an urgent warning about an approaching rocket bullet. He acted with decisiveness as a powerful blade made its impact. She assured with confidence that the rocket bullet posed no threat. Amidst the chaos, she maintained her confidence in the weapon's safety. She boasted about her unrivaled strength while wielding the massive weapon. He provocatively challenged the boys to demonstrate their strength, while she enjoyed teasing those she deemed weaker. She accused him of cheating, her resolve evident. He taunted her with a smirk, questioning her next move. He confidently unleashed a powerful attack called Fire, which caused shockwaves throughout the area. She called for assistance from Lil Mo, expressing frustration with her challenging situation. He angrily questioned why the interference happened, while the other responded confidently that those seeking death would find it in the city filled with hidden corpses. He chuckled, teasing her about her youth and her inability to resist them all. He playfully assured her he would manage things on her behalf. He raised his hands, creating a strong air energy shield. He stood firm as an explosion echoed behind him, releasing energy. He expressed frustration over the mysterious blue wall that blocked their bullets. He warned of danger and the opposition's capabilities, while another shouted in anger about their boss's threatening presence. He noted with interest that the individual was truly unique. He called out with intrigue, addressing the brat with enthusiasm. He apologized, clearly uninterested in men. She advised him to be careful as he decided to escape first. He asserted that people like him were merely wasting air. He reminded her to watch over Wang Tang and Nancy. She assured him it was no problem. He vowed to severely punish himself if he failed to protect them, as a vehicle sped past. She pleaded for Lil Mo to return, urgency in her voice. The man confronted him, demanding to know if he had permission to leave. He shouted to catch someone and bring him those women. Another assured the boss they would keep their promise. He laughed triumphantly, inviting others to witness true strength. He challenged someone, asking if they wanted to pursue their targets. He questioned his agreement as he activated an air energy shield. He generated a powerful explosion with an energy shield activation. He looked intensely, conveying a sense of urgency and tension. He exclaimed that their car had been damaged by an energy shield, and another demanded the attacker's death, considering them a deadly threat. He breathed heavily, contemplating the challenges of the move. He questioned the other man, suggesting that he had reached his limits. He smirked, showing disdain for dealing with such insignificant threats. He declared it was time to end the confrontation, wielding his sword without fear. He warned that anyone who crossed the line would die. He smirked, hinting at an exciting time ahead for the boys, with a menacing tone. He considered letting his men handle the fight, calculating energy and intent as smoke curled from his cigar. He chuckled menacingly while others prepared to strike, urging them to finish off their target quickly. He readied his weapons, announcing the start of the killing spree. He declared Mark was known as the Awakened, while another character pleaded for forgiveness, insisting they were mistaken. He focused intensely, preparing for a decisive strike in battle. He shouted angrily at his opponent, ready to unleash his fury. He grimaced from the aftermath, while others lay defeated. One person expressed shock, and another cursed the situation. He stood defiantly with two swords, as she watched with uncertainty. He declared the first set of challenges resolved with confidence. He assessed the situation, recognizing the opponent's rapid movement and urgently suggested they must slow him down. He shouted to his team to shoot, stressing the opponent's speed and urging them to prevent further approach. He instructed his team to prepare their weapons and fire explosively. He stood firm as multiple blades flew toward him. He smirked and claimed their firearms wouldn't stop him. He activated the time return pump, noting the target had 10 minutes before being teleported to the end of time. Amidst chaos and rain, a man skillfully evades attackers. He moved quickly, delivering a strike that scattered debris. He expressed frustration about the bullets being ineffective and urged others to retreat for safety, but it was already too late. He swung his blade aggressively, telling his opponent to go to hell. He called out for help, overwhelmed by the explosive force, stating his foe was too powerful. He cursed, saying they should face death together as the gun discharged. He refused to accept the situation, sword in hand. He swung his sword, causing sparks and explosions on impact. He yelled in shock as an explosion erupted. He expressed frustration as the explosion echoed around him. He stepped forward, swiftly defeating his opponent with surprising speed. In a rain-soaked alley, he demonstrates agility by swiftly overcoming opponents. He smirked, realizing drastic measures were necessary to handle his adversary. He desperately pleaded for assistance, fearing his demise. He shouted in disbelief, insisting the other was dead, as a powerful crack echoed, hinting at chaos. He stood firm, pointing forward, declaring it was now her turn, while defeated foes lay scattered. He acknowledged her strength, walking over the defeated, contemplating the bottle's circumstances. He appointed her as second in command, offering food and essentials, confidently sensing the men around. He apologized, stating he should be the one to speak. He declared, since then, go to hell, conjuring a swirling green power, marking the tree world's arrival. He commanded plants to grow rapidly, as towering vines surrounded him. He exclaimed in surprise about people being implanted with seeds. She is surprised by his strength and questions the fate of those he defeated. He declares that those beings were just seed growers and warns that her speed and responses are useless in the forest. He says she must die, and she responds angrily. The confrontation intensifies with swirling vines. He repeats that she must die, swinging a glowing blade as vines swirl around them. He commands the vines to bind her, his hands glowing with energy. He strikes forward swiftly, the blade cutting through branches. With rapid movements, he unleashes a powerful strike, energy whirling around him. He smirks, claiming struggling is futile, and releases energy from his hand. He yells in shock as vines snap around his ankle. He shouts furiously, demanding to know where they can escape, and declares angrily they should go to hell. He leaps into the air, questioning desperately where they will escape, releasing powerful energy like strangulation. She asks if he remembers her, while he questions her identity. He jumps forward, questioning who will kill him as energy blasts surround him. He creates an air energy shield cage, surrounded by glowing bursts. He conjures an air shield cage, radiating powerful energy. He generates an energy shield while buzzing sounds fill the air. He focuses intently, a tear falling from his eye. He shouts in disbelief, questioning what is happening. He grins, claiming his shield can block attacks and isolate her from the plants. He smirks, declaring she is now trapped. He exclaims in disbelief, questioning the situation's impossibility while invoking vine strangulation, as energy surrounds him. She commands silence with authority, pointing decisively at the character below. He casually mentions the end of the world, her issuance card, and a supermarket. He questions their wild behavior. He attacks aggressively, causing blood to splatter. He clutches his wound as blood spills. He asserts their efforts are futile. He warns that harming his allies will have severe consequences. He notes confidently that the opponent speaks as if their allies are already captured. He claims his men have blocked the opponent's path and captured the girls. He laughs, pointing out their underestimation of the situation. He worries that their numbers are inadequate. He expresses distress over the barren landscape. Recognizing him, she stutters in disbelief, questioning his resemblance to someone she knows. He questioned the attacker's intense firepower and pleaded for help. She triumphantly exclaimed her formidable weapon's impressiveness and questioned who could challenge her. She warned him not to become arrogant from above. He pointed out the two remaining enemies and urged action to assist Lil Mo. He insisted on urgent action, urging them to appeal to their boss for help, while his companion hesitated and nervously dialed. He connected the call and urged immediate help. She grinned wickedly, her laughter echoing with a sinister tone. She triumphantly declared she had caught him, standing confidently with a weapon in hand, while two men below looked shocked and alarmed. Two men laughed nervously, glancing at a woman, their uneasy expressions and sweat revealing their discomfort. The characters realized their mistake and screamed for help, panic evident in their voices. He reassures her of his assistance, and she urgently pleads for help with her boyfriend, Jo Jia. He hurriedly answers the beeping device, moving with urgency. He announces the connection is made, laughing as he hints at hearing their screams soon. He pleads for mercy, panicking as chaos ensues. The phone's ominous buzzing signals impending doom. He smirks, amused by his enemy's screams. He questions the situation's impossibility, demanding answers urgently over the phone. He orders his opponent to stop resisting, striking decisively. He declares his opponent has no chance of winning, brandishing his weapon with determination. He pleads desperately, offering to reveal critical details about the situation. He warns that honesty is crucial, or severe consequences will follow. He insists on absolute honesty, suspecting a man in black, possibly the Lord, revealed the prize. She explains the trouble with her boyfriend, Jo Jia, who owes the Axe Gang and didn't show up today. He mentions needing to delay for a bit. The man with the scar asks for details about the reward and questions its reliability. He considers his next move, reflecting on Lil Mo. She inquires if he's injured and announces their departure. He reassures her of his well-being and confirms the enemy's defeat. He makes his presence known, while his opponent threatens his life. She advises Lil Mo to be cautious, her tone urgent. He dismisses his opponent's weak strategies with disdain. He expresses shock, questioning the situation's reality. He shouts, "Whip," and charges forward, aiming a fierce attack at his opponent, declaring, "Die." He is incredulous, questioning the possibility of his own demise. He questions her about Jo Jia, revealing he only agreed to a single request. He questions if this is the correct place as he prepares to strike a downed opponent. He checks on Lil Mo's condition while standing over an unconscious opponent. He greets them, assuring he's alright despite having expended much energy. She inquires about his next move, standing with confidence. She voices doubts about successfully crossing the bridge. He confidently states he's not easily defeated, standing with assurance. He smirks, claiming he has already eliminated their branch director and could do the same to the rest. She asks about his plans, looking determined as she gestures. He expresses his wish to fit in with them, as they look at him in surprise. Under a vast, star-filled sky, vehicles and tents are neatly arranged. He pauses uncertainly, prompting her to consider her next words. He asked where all the girls came from, noting their luck. He laughed, sharing how he stumbled upon a female warband while searching for supplies, mentioning the sacrifices and injuries many had faced. He clicked his tongue, remarking on their appeal, and hinted that he should be the first to try them, reminding the other that they were brothers. He questioned the risk of seeking death, while another mentioned that their boss, Yi Feng, hadn't touched them, suggesting there were no consequences for fun. He wondered about the shadows behind him while standing near the truck, thinking about the situation. He sighed, worried about the boss's return, feeling desperate. He decided it was time to infiltrate. He expressed trust and reliance on his companion, preparing for a crucial moment. He roared fiercely, channeling intense energy. He noticed something above and pointed, saying, "Eh?" He questioned whether they could return to the end of time. He claimed he was almost certain her boyfriend betrayed her. He questioned their lack of cleanup, while another insisted they had checked thoroughly. A third character suggested the remaining unit might be from elsewhere. He commanded Xiao Meng and Rock to act swiftly, urging them to resolve the issue before closing the gate. He signaled to his companions to move quickly, affirming their readiness. He asked if he had been tied up while holding a companion's hand under the night sky. He remarked on the odd situation and suggested they should return. Two characters reacted in surprise as another launched a swift attack. He confidently declared she wouldn't be allowed to return. He shouted angrily to die as he attacked, causing panic among the group. He angrily demanded, "What are you two doing?" reacting to the chaos surrounding him. He apologized, noting the darkness and mentioning someone was bitten by a lunatic, while another pleaded for help, fearing for a bleeding man. She insisted her boyfriend was loyal, crying out in disbelief. He questioned the purpose of saving someone already lost and demanded action against the attacker. Lamenting the futility of someone bitten by a lunatic, he called them worthless. Smirking, he commented on their arrogance, noting they've lost the most yet still expect benefits. He urged the boss to pay attention as tension surrounded them. He claimed to have managed the situation, mentioning it was only Xiao Meng. The group watched, uncertainty clear. He rebuked angrily, frustrated over the failed mission, questioning survival skills, and pointing out blood-stained evidence. He demanded the hooded character step aside and clean the mess. Confident in his disguise, he thought no one could easily see through it. He commanded the group to pay attention and asserted his authority. Warning of a female killer outside, he claimed some were already dead because of her and threatened to kill them all if anything happened tonight. He inquired about the others, noting something had escaped into the alley. He assured his boss she wouldn't approach despite her bravado. He suggested they could capture her easily if she came, recalling survivor stories about her impressive physique. He held a torch, urging her to appear and remembered survivors describing her striking presence. He questioned if she was the notorious female killer. He wondered if someone else targeted the slaughtered warband. He saw Yi Rui standing calmly, exuding confidence and allure. He warned about the slaughtered warriors and the capture of Schwenner and others, stressing the urgency to prevent further insults. He assured his sister of their readiness, expressing willingness to fulfill any request. She declared it was time to take action and accomplish tasks. She taunted him, questioning his sense of safety within the game. He confidently commanded his gang to enter and investigate. She leapt into the air, resolved to strike effectively. Vehicles rushed by, disrupting the calm. She mentioned the long wait for Lil Mo, feeling bored. She assured him that action could only be taken once the campsite was ablaze, suggesting patience. She pointed out Lil Mo's hazardous move into danger, noting their inability to use explosives against him. She agreed to join after noticing the explosives marked TNT. She looked forward to the fireworks display, showing eagerness. He approached, his footsteps resonating. Nearby, two men quickly discussed while another attended to an injured comrade with urgency. He observed that the guarded tents likely belonged to high-ranking individuals. He stated he could start with them later, after midnight. He engaged Jo Jia in a mysterious conversation amidst the rain. He urged Schwenner to hurry as they stood among the tents. He told Shushi to stay quiet and warned her to be careful. He mentioned the rope was almost breaking, signaling urgency. He asked Schwenner to decide if they could escape. She pointed out the rope was nearly severed, increasing urgency. She called for Schwenner, requesting help with their ropes. He warned them to be careful and avoid being seen. He questioned someone hidden in shadows, advising caution. She shouted about their situation, realizing they were exposed. She panicked, exclaiming they had been discovered as he approached them. He expressed relief about Jo Jia's well-being in the rain. She urges Rooney Schwenneri to flee alone, stressing their slim chances. He suggests there might be a misunderstanding about their situation. She grasps a knife, confronting him with determination. He insists he isn't involved, raising his hands defensively. He accuses someone of lying, as energy emanates from her actions. He questions if anyone heard him, expressing frustration. He advises caution, asserting he isn't the enemy. She questions his intelligence, claiming she's not a fool, while he ponders who else could be around at this hour. She kicks fiercely, proclaiming her defiance as he braces himself. He delivers a powerful kick, and she watches, expressing frustration. She announced her presence with a bright smile and confidence. He questioned her ability to communicate with others, hinting at frustration. He stated that if it's true, his only option is using special methods. Amidst chaos, he shouted about the noise, while she insisted on having fun, causing mayhem around them. He asserted he's not like the others, insisting he's ready to confront them. Concern appeared in her eyes as she stared, caught off guard. She expressed disbelief and fear, loudly objecting. He warned her he would have killed her long ago if he were one of them, while she scolded him for being silly. He grimaced as his hand slammed down, causing a shockwave. She accused him of being a pervert as she struggled, demanding he let go. He called out to Schwenner, who felt embarrassed as another remarked that she got spanked by that guy. He greeted Wang Ting with enthusiasm, glad she was there. A character questions his resemblance to anyone from the slaughtered warband, wondering if Sister Yi Rui sent him for assistance. He stands over her, wounds apparent, with shadows behind. He asks her for confirmation, uncertainty in his eyes. She declares a belief, though her expression shows hesitation. She vows angrily not to let him off easily after being spanked. He tells her she must listen if she wants to leave, approving her as a good girl, then urges her to free herself from the rope. Entering, he asks for silence, confronting the tense scene. He questions if they are eager to endure his lecture, his expression serious. She curses under her breath, her expression revealing distress. He warns against rash actions, demanding cooperation. He informed the helper his girlfriend was still a virgin and asked about the amount of food he could receive after settling the debt. He asked his leader why he was there. She inquired how they should work with him. He wondered why she wasn't sleeping, proposing they stay there, while she challenged him for not washing the blood off his clothes. He intended to wash but heard a noise, prompting him to investigate, discovering a woman attempting an escape by cutting the rope. He said he struggled to tie her up again. He remarked it wasn't bad for her, while she plotted to deceive him from within, revealing plans to kill. He questioned her desire to flee, while she lay defeated, plotting revenge upon her leader's return. He asked why she wasn't dealt with now, while she slyly conveyed her escape plan. He suggested eliminating her if needed. He held her chin and questioned her intentions with a piercing look. She asked if he was surrendering just because they were discovered. She expressed surprise, uncertain if Joe was joking. He teased her, acknowledging her impressiveness. He confirmed her initial desire to escape. Confidently, he stated his task was complete. He boasted about his size, promising excitement. She playfully questioned if it was bigger than his. He, bewildered, asked whose it was. He suggested the other should prefer his larger sword, while the latter stuttered in disbelief. He threatened, "Go to hell." As blood stained his weapon, his opponent gasped in fear. Startled by the loud bang, he gasped as tension rose. He urged her to hide, warning of danger, while she insisted she had more to discuss. He pondered the approaching deadline as the moon shone brightly above. He insists the boyfriend is serious and discloses a startling truth about being exchanged for a bag of bread. She asked about his intentions, realizing his attention was elsewhere. Gripping the gun, she warned him about the organization's ruthless branch aiming to eliminate them. She advised caution, stressing the importance of wise action now that he was alone. Declaring her independence, she stated she didn't need his protection. She found him charming, determined, and distant. He challenged the formidable sorcerer warband, while she realized her growing affection for him, wishing he had punished her instead of Schwenier. She called out, asking their allegiance. She emphasized their allegiance as lifesavers, while he expressed gratitude and questioned her stance. Scoffing, she accused him of talking excessively and highlighted the danger of the threatening group at the campsite. He observed the eerie campsite, marked with tents and darkness. She can't fathom being traded for only a bag of bread and confronts Jojia about his betrayal. He insists on taking a nap, while his friend also mentions feeling tired. He demands to know who is present, challenging the unseen character. He introduces himself as Rock, standing confidently. He mentions almost falling asleep during the night watch and asks if anyone has a light. He agrees they are all sleepy and requests a cigarette to refresh their minds. He ignites a lighter, ready to light his cigarette. He asks how the other became more attractive, showing curiosity and mockery. He confidently claims he's always been handsome. He insists she is not who she claims to be. In a fierce confrontation, he strikes, leaving a deep gash. He questions if love is real, standing alone in the rain. He observed that nearly all the external guards had been killed. He decided to neutralize the 2 remaining guards to allow Fei Fei and others to proceed. He approached the guards and requested a light. He inquired about the other man's silence, trying to understand their condition. He looked at the bodies, shocked to see one was dead. He wondered if any others had entered with him. A mysterious character appeared, capturing his attention. She advised him to remain silent, placing her hand on his shoulder. He cautioned her about the potential fatal outcomes of failure. He declared control over her fate, issuing a deadly warning. He reveals he saved someone for sale today, likening it to raising and slaughtering a pig, a task he's repeated often. He mentions keeping a virgin for a good price, laughing. He smirks and questions who made the claim as a sharp weapon nears his skin, prepared to block the strike. He asks her about her awakened ability, surprised by her defense. He lunges forward, bloodied, emphasizing his lack of worth to her understanding. He swings the blade fiercely, creating a sweeping arc with determination. She defiantly calls him a punk. He claims to know her name now as his gaze shifts. He acknowledges her speed but insists his focus is on defeating the slaughtered warband, stating he'd leave her alone afterward. He reflects on her actions, unsure if she's an ally or foe after the murder of the doorkeepers. He declares it a farewell gift, inviting gratitude amidst the explosion. Frustrated, he exclaims she acted intentionally, realizing the plan's execution. She angrily confronts Jojia, regretting her previous ignorance. A sudden commotion arises when someone questions the presence of others, while frantic cries warn of an attack, urging everyone to get up. He tells Nancy to switch to Plan B, revealing his exposure. She answers a call, acknowledging her readiness with a simple, "all right." She informs him that Li Mo has been found, complicating their strategy, and suggests moving to Plan B to draw them out. She laughs confidently, ready to use her dragon rocket launcher. She emphasizes the urgency, urging to act quickly. He charges forward, urging others to catch him amidst the chaos. He insists their brother's killer can't escape and orders his friends to pursue him, asking Nancy if she's prepared. She reassures him, affirming he shouldn't worry. She laughs triumphantly, declaring her big baby has waited too long, confidently displaying her weapon. He advises her not to be upset over such worthless people. She advised Lil Mo to exercise caution, her concern apparent. He announced the arrival of the ambushers and urged everyone to fight back. Grunting in pain, he expressed shock at the sudden attack. He warned of snipers hidden in the darkness and suggested a retreat due to their entrapment. She dismissed the sniper threat with confidence, a smirk indicating superiority. Amidst the chaos, she mentioned their possession of a powerful weapon. An enormous explosion signaled the surrounding chaos. Smirking, he commented on the results of ignoring moral boundaries, claiming his role as the law in a lawless world. He asserted his authority, vowing to demonstrate right from wrong. With a huff, he expressed relief that everything was finally resolved. He urges her to come to him, promising affection. He stood with a focused expression. She commented on the usefulness of his large weapon. He asked Lil Mo if she was all right, and she confirmed she was fine. She mentioned 2 had escaped, and he noted they hadn't finished the job. He reassured her that everything would be handled. She was startled by the explosion in the night sky. She asked if anyone was there, and he told her not to worry. He explained they weren't enemies, and the 2 issues were resolved. She introduced herself as Chin Zan, expressing gratitude. She thanked him and introduced herself as Lu Xiaomo, and he said it was time to leave. He declares that enough is enough, raising his hand decisively. Lu Xiaomo acknowledges with an "okay" as they both gaze at the stars. She calls out urgently, asking him to wait. He inquires about what else is needed. She mentions the recent war's chaos, aware of nearby lunatics. He questions her, asking, "So?" She hesitates, asking if they can stay with him for the night. He smirks, offering protection and gauging her response. She insists on just one night, while he confirms a dawn departure. He calmly replies, "No," dismissing her advance. She asks in surprise, "What?" He commits to escorting the woman safely, ignoring past conflicts. She accused him of rejecting her and causing her embarrassment, while another mentioned his use of their beauty. He responded with a smirk, saying he wasn't foolish, and she demanded compensation for acting as his bodyguard. She felt exposed and uncertain, questioning his intentions and wondering if he wanted her to stay the night. He offered her a choice, to either part ways or join his team, highlighting independence or collaboration. Surprised, she realized he didn't want her to spend the night with him. She challenged him, questioning his ability to manage with a smaller team, and reminded him he had to prove himself. He replied that he and his team had destroyed a branch of the slaughtered warband, asking if that wasn't enough since they used to be prisoners. She considered his point, acknowledging it made sense, while another character stood nearby. He warned Lu Xiaomo about neglecting the Foundation, underscoring the importance of their resources. He expressed relief at seeing Yi Rui, assuring her they wouldn't be abandoned, while another mentioned a dangerous enemy they had just faced. He menacingly threatens the boy, mentioning his elder brother as an axe. He stated he was on his way to rescue them, but she pointed out he was outmatched. With an intense gaze, he questioned her identity, demanding answers. She introduced Lu Xiaomo as her elder sister with enthusiasm, and he mentioned they had always followed her. He reflected on the team's potential, acknowledging their strength and considering how to collaborate effectively for easier tasks. Lu Xiaomo was confronted by him, demanding an answer and expressing concern about their survival needs. A forceful strike from him caused a sudden impact. He claimed it was easy while unleashing a powerful attack, surrounded by blue light and energy. Excitement was expressed about the prospect of ham sausage and chocolate, missed since the post-apocalyptic world began. He commanded the group to retreat as dazzling energy surged from his weapon, shocking the viewers. Confidently, he presented a chocolate bar, instructing others to choose their fate. He looked up at the towering structure, ignoring the surrounding chaos.